CHGO Wrestling is now in your face and in your ears and in your eyeballs. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for listening. Hi, how's it going? Big Dave here at CHGO Bulls. Special advocate Greg Boysen, as always, is sitting right here with me. And on the ones and twos and background vocals, it is Sean Anderson on production from CHGO White Sox. Hello. Hi. How's everybody doing? I hope all is well. Hope you look great. The Bulls have a draft. This is a Wednesday we're recording this, so the Bulls have a draft to do, so I got to do that later. White Sox have a game to do, so he's going to do that later. Greg is always on the Blackhawk stuff, so he's got to do that all the time. But we love wrestling, so we get up here and we talk it with y'all, and we appreciate y'all listening. Make sure you're sharing this. Make sure you're hitting the like button. If you would like this show to continue, make sure you're dropping your comments also in the YouTube. Greg, how are you, sir?
I'm living a dream.
A dream.
A dream.
Okay, I'll take that.
The dream.
Not the dream.
Not yet.
Not yet.
But a dream.
I really like that shirt, though, bro.
Yeah.
Just really applause for that Steiner shirt right there. That's
you got to go with the all-time greats when you get the chance.
Almost went through. I want to go to Michigan so bad because of them, them jackets were hard that they would wear to the ring. I was like, oh, I want one of those.
They are one of my all-time favorite tag teams. I love tag team wrestling, old school tag team wrestling. Mm-hmm. I wish it would come back. You know,
yes, correct.
AEW does a pretty good job with the tag teams, but like nothing beat like late '80s to mid '90s tag team wrestling.
Yeah,
I mean it was an art form that's missing from today's business.
Yeah, I mean, well, not to get on the soapbox about it, but you're 100%. Like I'm immediately thinking just of all-time greats, and they all came from like kind of really great tag teams, like Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart. You know what I mean? Like even British Bulldog. Just some really great, incredible all-time
Booker
wrestlers.
T spent the first half of his career in one of the best tag teams of all time.
Two-time Hall of Famer because
I mean, man. You think about like, you know, back in the day when you had the Steiners and you had the Road Warriors or Legion of Doom, depending on when you got into them, and like the Rockers.
Yes, all the Rockers.
The Midnight Express, the Rock and Roll Express, even the Harlem Heat, Demolition. Powers of Pain, the Brainbuster, like all those great teams that, you know, helped launch careers, or some guys made Hall of Fame careers just being tag team wrestlers. I mean, like world tag team title matches used to be right up there with world title matches as far as importance and on the card. Sometimes they were the best match, you know. I miss really good tag team wrestling. You know, I don't know if it'll ever be able to come back, but like you still got great teams today. You got teams like FTR that are out there.
Oh yeah,
doing the old school, doing it the old school way. You know, but you know, New Day by default has been a tag team, even though all three of those guys are well, two of those guys now, but they're all great on their own. But collectively, they were very good. So there's just not enough of it. I think everybody wants to be a single star, and I think you could actually produce more single stars with good tag team divisions. Yeah, like you mentioned, with guys like Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, two of the all-time greats, put in their time. Learning the craft as tag team wrestlers and became stars. You know, you could even look at Scott Steiner of the Steiner Brothers. He had a really good singles run, you know, after breaking up with the Steiner Brothers. So, you know, I just want more tag team wrestling. What's bad about wanting more great action than just, you know, two dudes?
Steve Austin had hair and was blonde.
Yes, the Hollywood
tag team wrestler.
With the late Brian Pillman.
That's true.
Great tag team.
Yeah, man. Even the Street Profits, another really good tag team.
There's a lot out there. They just don't get. They're more of the tag team division in
Edge and Christian.
Yeah, I mean the Hardys. They had you know, the Dudleys. Those guys had great runs. So even for a little bit into that Attitude Era, you had some, but just for the last 20 years or so, it's kind of been an afterthought. It's more of a filler.
Yes, yes.
Oh, you know,
that's the word.
It's like what they call the letdown match, where like if you have one really great match that's going to get the crowd hot, and then but it's not the main event. You throw the tag team match after that to kind of let people get their energy back, go get their popcorn or go to the bathroom, and then be ready for the main event.
Yeah.
You know, you don't even put your world tag team titles on pay-per-views anymore.
Yeah, they used to tear the house down.
Yeah.
Those and they were always liked it because you were getting something different in the ring that obviously you weren't going to get as a singles match. So you would see more high-flying things, or just obviously teams working in unison with each other. It was a different style of wrestling. It was like, for me, comparing it to like watching luchadors in the ring. You knew you were watching wrestling, but it was a whole completely different thing that you were watching. And that's what you kind of wanted to see. Like, you wanted to see something different, you know, in the ring. And tag team wrestling definitely did that for me. You know what I'm saying? As a youth, just that unity part of it. You know, those guys are together, and we're going to have this incredible match. And it's just not like that. You're right. It's not like that anymore. There have been some really good matches I've seen. There have been some great ones that I've seen, but you're right. It's been more of a filler. It's been more of a lower card thing. It's not as hyped up, and it's probably because it isn't built that way anymore. Like, the storylines aren't really built for tag teams like that anymore.
No, I mean, it's definitely something that's. I mean, I always loved the psychology of tag team matches too, because it was like, you're not trying to beat one guy, you're trying to beat a team.
Yeah.
Like, how do you separate them and make sure you get like those 2-on-1s, and how do you beat a team? It's much more difficult than beating a guy.
Yes.
And plus you get 4 stars in one match as opposed to just 2. Or the lazy booking of the King of the Ring tournament where everything's a fatal 4-way. Fatal 4-way matches suck.
Well, and also, just to add on, it's Night of Champions coming up. There are 6 matches. 4 of the 6 don't have champions wrestling. So I don't really know if it's Night of Champions, more of just like
should be
maybe
stuff we're doing.
It could be like, because they're going for maybe King of the Ring or something.
Night of
anything but what you called it.
It should be called Night of giving the Saudi Arabia what they paid for.
It's maybe there's no title. It's just a gif of Scrooge McDuck jiving into his pool of coins.
Yeah, that really hurts too. Every time I see it, I'm like, how didn't he hurt himself? This is coins.
Yeah,
this really hurts. Scrooge McDuck.
There's a Family Guy scene where he.
Oh yes,
he does it in real life.
Right. Oh shit, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, let's get into that, man. Let's get into Night of
Sean
Champions.
with the perfect segue, as we
it's
call
what
it in
he
the
does.
business.
It's not just a hat rack, sir.
No,
that's wearing a cool hat.
That's why he's the producer. He's steering the ship to where it needs to go. Otherwise, we would have just talked about 80s tag teams for the next 3 hours.
We were going to run it down. We were going to run it down. All right. But yeah, Night of the Champions. It is happening on Saturday, I believe, at noon here in the States.
Hopefully, it's still happening.
Yeah.
Like
as of right now,
things can change.
As of right now,
with the drop of a hat. Hopefully, all commentary and jokes aside, hopefully everything goes smoothly and everybody is safe and gets there and gets back without any problems. You can call this event whatever you want. It deserves to be criticized, but the bottom line is you've got human beings going into a part of the world that might not be the smartest place to be in right now. So hopefully everybody is safe and they put on a good show, give the people what they want, and then get home safely.
Yeah, that's all we want, seriously. But as of right now, it's going down Saturday around noontime, and they've got 6 matches set up right now. We'll see if they add any more leading up. Let's start with the first one for the Undisputed WWE Championship. John Cena going against CM Punk. The way they've been building this is kind of, I guess, Punk being in Cena's shoes and Cena being in Punk's shoes from back in the day. And, Cena just cut that promo on Friday, which I thought was outstanding, where he sat on the ropes and CM Punk acted like he was just had the worst table slam ever in the history of somebody going through a table. Like, he was out cold for like 20 minutes. It was absolutely incredible. Cena's a very strong man, is what I learned from that.
CM Punk is currently dealing with what Matt Peck's dealing with all of his dislocated discs.
Yes, the herniated disc was there. And then miraculously healed right after. The beauty of wrestling. But yeah, CM Punk is going against John Cena. How have you liked the build-up, and does the match excite you?
Not really, to be honest with you, because it's all got to at some point get back to Cody. Okay. So it's like, this is to me, this is just a we got to sell tickets in Saudi. Well, they don't really need help selling tickets in Saudi Arabia because that's going to be a huge event.
Yeah.
But it's kind of more like, hey, we got to give them 2 big stars there to make sure they're getting their money's worth than long-term storytelling. I don't see any way where this whole John Cena experiment goes in any direction that it doesn't end with getting back in the ring with Cody and, the universe setting itself right again.
QB1.
Yeah, I mean, this was a match that back in the day would have definitely got me excited.
Yeah.
The 2012 version of this match, sign me up. The 2025 version, it's fine.
Okay.
Like, I think this is going to be a means to set up the next phase of the Cena Cody story.
Sure.
It seems to me that, maybe they advance the Punk versus Rollins thing. It seems that the way it's been for the last few months is that CM Punk is going to get screwed somehow. And of course you have the whole thing of like, hey, CM Punk's in Saudi Arabia after his whole comments to The Miz.
Yes.
So yeah, not hypocritical at all.
Yeah,
but,
do you want to expound on those comments at all? I just as the resident CM Punk fan, before this match happens, I'd like to renounce my fandom. The fact that this guy is going to do this is absolutely pathetic. If you were going to be talking about being the voice of the fans, cutting a amazing pipe bomb promo that was like, wow, he finally gets us. He's one of us. This is the exact opposite. No one has the opportunity to take Saudi-covered blood money or whatever he phrased it. I won't use his exact wording.
It was graphic.
It was a child show. I think it's extremely hypocritical, and he is somebody that's always tried to call out hypocrites, and this is the biggest thing that he could do, like to harm his actual legacy. And he's not winning against Cena.
No.
Cena's winning. So you're going to go to Saudi Arabia, take that check, and look like a loser. And it's going to be what he deserves for taking that check.
I agree wholeheartedly with all of that because, this is a guy that, for years and years busted out anything that was WWE, got back with AEW, became, gave them everything they needed from that, did some really great work there. And then it ended poorly. We don't need to get into the reasons why there, but then all of a sudden, because he was able to do great work in AEW, he's back in the good graces of WWE, a company he trashed at every corner that he could. Fine, I get it. It's money. You need to work. I'm understand all. I don't hate him for going back, but just to be the character of the straight edge punk rock kid from Chicago, playing nice and being a good soldier and going to Saudi Arabia after said you wouldn't is not punk rock. It's the absolute opposite of punk rock.
Yeah, it's a 50-year-old guy after being a 20 and 30-year-old guy and growing up and going through life, then having this happen. I don't disagree with anything y'all are saying, and I think you're right to feel that way for sure. I'm sure he has his reasons as to why he's doing it. He is a company man now.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of reasons. There's many zeros.
No,
it's the zeros that he's accepting.
Without a doubt. But
there's one reason why he's doing this.
But also
because he
part
wants
of it,
money.
I think a part of the reasoning is it's kind of a I guess, hey, if you want to be back in WWE kind of thing, you're gonna have to sacrifice some stuff. And this is one of the things you're gonna have to sacrifice is your word and your bond. Like, you're gonna have to give that up. And I think that's what's talked about and discussed with a guy like Triple H. If he's like, you want to come back in here after all the shit you pulled, you're gonna have to do this kind of thing, bro.
Well, then what's his character now? What is the whole point of CM Punk? What's the whole ethos? Why should I care about him?
We'll see if
he's just a 50-year-old who takes steroids.
I hear you.
Like,
I hear you.
with a terrible
But we'll
tattoo.
see if people care, because people still love him. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that still gonna love him.
I loved him. I've been watching that man since before 2008.
Yeah,
even.
yeah.
I mean, like,
That's your
this
guy.
man's been a part of my life forever.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like equivalent to probably like Bret Hart for Greg.
Yeah.
Like, this is heartbreaking, and I'm like
I hear you.
extremely ashamed of what this guy's doing. Just because, truly, like, even if it was like, oh, maybe it's for the belt, or maybe they'd write him off before SmackDown. Like, even SmackDown's in Saudi Arabia. Right. Like, he has to, like, this is happening. Like, there's no way to talk his way out of it. Like, Phil's wrestling in Saudi.
He's right.
Yeah, I mean, that's a whole big factor to this match, too. And that's another reason why I'm kind of like, meh.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not doing it for me.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it has anything to the long-term storytelling and for a lot of the reasons Sean was talking about, too.
Yeah. I'm mad at any of this, man. All right.
Well, it's funny, too, because this is like Cena's best, like, lead up.
Yeah.
Like, this is probably the most that Cena's done since his heel turn.
Oh, he's been killing it. He's been absolutely destroying and killing on the mic, and he's using it, too, as leverage, because he mentioned it. You know what I'm saying? In his promo already, he's been calling it out as well. So yeah, like, yeah, they're doing it right as far as the lead up and all that. But yeah, man, I completely understand where Sean is coming from. Like, when you put your word on something and then you go against it, yeah, man, that lessens certain things, especially if you're going forward, just as a person. If you're going forward in life, man, it's like, well, how can I take your word as something when this thing is what you stood on, and then you're like, I'm not going to stand on that no more. Yeah, it happens. It's messed up, but yeah. Let's move on, man. King of the Ring finals. Randy Orton versus QB1, Cody Rhodes. Yeah.
Again, yeah. This whole that is the perfect way to describe WWE since even at WrestleMania.
Okay.
It's been meh.
Because I remember when King of the Ring was... It meant something.
The guy who won King of the Ring, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What was the guy that got to go? It was Steve Austin winning King of the Ring and taking a step. It was, Kurt Angle won King of the Ring and then took it was like
the next step.
It was that in the Intercontinental Championship. You were getting that push.
Yeah, man.
And now you got two guys that have already accomplished everything.
Everything.
And it's like, what does winning King of the Ring mean to any of those?
Right.
And Cody's winning this match.
Okay.
So then he can say that, like, hey, listen, I won your King of the Ring. Now
get a title shot.
I'm back. I've gone up the ladder. Now I'm the number one contender again. Yeah. And on a sidebar, the King and Queen of the Ring tournament, such lazy booking to do the first round, all four fatal four-way matches. Garbage. Garbage.
You're not a fan of the fatal four-way?
No, I'm not a fan of those matches, period, because it's always like two guys or women wrestling while the other two are incapacitated for 5 minutes but if you have a 16-person tournament on the men and women's side, and then half of that field gets eliminated without even losing a match, because only one person takes that pin in those matches, but the other two have to go home. Right. Lazy ass booking. Do singles matches over start the tournament 2 weeks earlier and put those single matches. You got plenty of TV time.
Yeah,
I don't need to see every single wrestler walking in backstage for 3 minutes. Throw a damn match on there instead. Lazy ass booking. Just make it an 8-person tournament then.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That pissed me off.
All right. I see, and I like it, and I see your passion, and I respect it, sir. But this match don't do nothing for you?
I mean, it will be a good match.
Sure. I mean, it's Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes.
It's Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. They're going to put on a hell of a show.
Yeah.
But as far as I always like to say, I like steaks in my match. I like steaks on my dinner plate, and I like steaks in my matches. What are the stakes? King of the Ring means nothing to those two guys.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, and also, Orton's not winning.
No.
Yeah.
Again, like, that's the whole thing with these top two matches, is it seems pretty clear what the direction is. Yeah. SummerSlam's just around the corner. You've had, 6 PLEs since WrestleMania? Like, you just can't do too much when you have all of these events. Like, you just can't keep changing the story night in, night out. Like, there is a natural progression to WrestleMania, Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, but when you're doing 2 Saturday night main events, this Saudi event, I think there was one more in there, there's Evolution 2 coming up. Like, there's just too much on WWE's plate to write a narrative that's worth watching. There is nothing, I think, worth watching on Saturday. Rhodes and Orton is something that we've seen in 2011. This is them just running back 2011. Punk versus Cena, Rhodes versus Orton. I'm not super thrilled for this at all.
All right.
Like, the one that does intrigue me is Asuka Cargill.
Which is
I
where I was going next.
don't know who's going to win that
Which
one.
is exactly where I was going next. Which for me is something to watch. Like I can't wait to watch that match, honestly. Watch Asuka going against Jade in the Queen of the Ring finals. This is absolutely a match I want to see.
Yeah.
Those are two that I have Asuka's always been way up there for me. And Jade Cargill, since she was on AEW, has always been way up there for me. So this is how, for me, you're supposed to do these kind of tournaments, is to elevate the next person in their kind of solo thing. And Jade definitely is a person that they can give a push to and elevate. And Asuka is always a person you can give a push to or elevate. Or if you just need some time, you can put a belt on her and she can carry that for the next few months if need be. So, but incredible wrestler by Asuka. I don't like her new finishing move, by the way. But incredible wrestler by Asuka and just a powerhouse by Jade Cargill, man. But I'm excited to watch them work in the ring.
Yeah, I mean, Asuka's one of the all-time greats, you know, in WWE women's wrestling, and she'll make Jade look like $1 million. Yeah. You know, Jade's still very raw and you know, green to a degree.
Sure,
she's still got a lot of work to do.
So she's in there with the right person.
But yeah, Asuka's gonna make her look great, and you know, giving the win to Jade is what we just talked about, the King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring. That's what it's kind of there for, to push your next star. But I could totally see them giving the win to Asuka too, to kind of be like, this is her. Okay, look, she's back. She's ready. Now she give her a title shot.
Right.
Set something up for SummerSlam.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, you still have Naomi lurking around.
Still have that lurking.
You know, she's got that case.
She's been great too.
I know that's not a title match, but I don't think the Naomi Jade stuff is gone for good.
It's still there. Yeah.
So maybe you have Jade win this, and then you kind of bring that back up and enter that into a title picture.
The one thing I am wondering, and we saw on Raw, Io and Asuka have like a back and forth. It was like a 30-second back and forth, and pretty much Io saying, "I'll see you at SummerSlam."
Yeah, yeah.
Does Asuka need to win this match? Like, is that foretelling right there that kind of no matter what this result is, we're going to see Asuka Io at SummerSlam?
I don't think Asuka needs to win this match. I mean, winning this match is far more important to Jade than Asuka, because Asuka's got the legacy. She's got, you know, wins and losses don't mean that much to her anymore. Mm-hmm. Where a loss in a big match like that could take a little of that glow off of Jade, where you're like, well, she can't win the big match. Mm-hmm. So I think as far like wins and losses are far more important at this point of Jade's career than it is at Asuka's career.
Yeah,
like. Yeah. Asuka can lose this match and still get that title shot at SummerSlam, because by the time SummerSlam rolls around, nobody's going to remember this damn match.
That's a very good point. Well, several of these matches.
All of these matches.
But here's another match I do want to see, and I'm excited to watch for the United States Championship. Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa has turned into one of my favorite wrestlers, and it's not even by wrestling. Like, he's just been phenomenal on the microphone and what he's been doing. Just been incredibly entertaining. I just wondered where they were going with him. You know, it was the Ulafala, you know. So it's like taking the belt off of somebody who needs the belt. And I've just been wondering how they're going to handle it. He's just been great. Honestly, he's just been really great on the microphone and really awesome at it. Fatu is just one of the hottest names right now in wrestling. Like, he's just been just on fire. Really happy for him to be at this kind of level for sure. So yeah, it just makes this match intriguing, and just curious to see how it all kind of plays out. You know,
I'm kind of surprised they're putting this match on this type of event.
Okay, why is that?
But just because, like, this to me, this is more of a SummerSlam like marquee event type of match.
Okay,
and it probably still will be. I could totally see this one becoming some overbooked mess with a bunch of run-ins and no defining winner.
Right.
And that sets up the next 6 weeks of booking between these two that leads up to their big match at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Like these, as you said, Fatu is one of the biggest rising stars in the game. And, you know, Solo's been part of the biggest storyline that this company's had in 20 years for a long time.
Long time.
You don't just all of a sudden become a mid-carder after that.
Yeah.
So Fatu versus Solo at SummerSlam seems like a match that would move some tickets, put some butts in seats, as Tony Schiavone likes to say. So that's why I've kind of I thought we would wait till then to get that, but they'll probably give us just that Baskin Robbins sample spoon. They're going to give us a taste of that Rocky Road, but we got to buy the whole scoop if we want it all, and buying it will be SummerSlam.
Greg, you're forgetting about one important person here.
JC Marino,
Jeff Cobb.
I
think
artist formerly known as Jeff Cobb.
I could see that it's Solo winning by some JC Mateo interference, and then that leads to a steel cage at SummerSlam between these two, because I feel like they can get real violent. I don't know if they're allowed to get violent in Saudi Arabia. I've not seen much blood in these PLEs or whatever they call them now. So I could see SummerSlam being that moment where you kind of blow off Fatu versus Solo.
Yeah, I think this is just going to be to set up the bigger match at SummerSlam, because that's the bigger deal for this show in Saudi Arabia has already been they could sell 0 tickets and they're still going to get their money.
Sure.
They have to sell out 2 nights of a big stadium in here.
2 nights.
So
and they struggle to do it in Vegas.
Yeah, so you're going to get this match again at SummerSlam. I have no doubt about that.
All right. Rhea Ripley going against Raquel Rodriguez in a street fight. This is the for me. I don't dislike Raquel Rodriguez. I don't think she's a good wrestler in the ring. Just a bunch of botches when I see her wrestle in there. I still think she's, as you said, Jade's a little green. I still think she's a little green. But she's got that power, just like Jade, just that powerhouse. That changes things immediately. It makes it even cooler. And I think she's in the ring with the right person, with somebody like Rhea Ripley who'll know how to take care of her. Just building a new storyline kind of for her, because, with Liv Morgan, having that injury and being out, get well soon, Liv. But with her having that injury and being out, you're building a new storyline around Raquel. So I'm interested to see which way they kind of go with that and what that's going to really look like.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to watch this match because Rhea Ripley's in it. And that's all I need. She's my favorite women's wrestler going today. Her and Toni Storm, you can put them in anything and I'll watch it.
Yes.
But Raquel Rodriguez doesn't do anything for me. There's nothing there for me.
Yeah,
there's no personality. There's no charisma. I don't get excited when she gets in the ring. When she was with Liv Morgan, it was fine because Liv Morgan has all those things. She's got the charisma. Sure. She's got the personality.
Tons of it. Yeah.
She's got that look of a star.
She does.
Now that she's gone, if you're going to try and make Raquel a thing, I just don't see it happening. I don't think she has that it factor that gets people excited.
Gets the people going. So, but it'll be a street fight. So that's good for Raquel.
And they'll be both of them will be in full body suits.
Oh, for sure, without a doubt.
Gloves on,
But they don't have to have an actual in the ring kind of match, and that bodes well to watch what Raquel does best.
Yeah, I mean she's better at fighting than wrestling.
Yes,
so,
putting it through tables.
And Rhea can do both.
Oh yeah,
so
exactly.
It should be, it will. This type of match will definitely work better for her, but it doesn't move the needle a whole lot.
Yeah, agreed. Another one I don't think moves the whole needle a lot. Sami Zayn versus Carrie Cross. I think it's good for Carrie Cross for sure. Just getting him more exposure and more time. You know what I'm saying? Doing anything is always great. Sami Zayn is always awesome when he's wrestling. But just this is the match where I'm you probably start the show with this, and kind of just kick it off. You know what I'm saying? Or if it's in the middle of something. Of a big match, after a street fight or after a King of the Ring match or anything like that. This is the kind of match you would kind of do that for.
Yeah, my new favorite thing online, though, I don't know if you've been seeing this, is the whole Carrie Cross can't take a back bump thing that's going on.
I have not seen this. No, I have not seen
Yeah,
this.
it's pretty. Somebody has a theory that he's not getting the push he deserves because either he refuses or is unable to take a back bump. And there's lots of clips of him taking, moves that usually require somebody to fall flat on the back, and he's just not doing it.
Like tripping sideways over his feet to like land on his shoulder. Like just will not fall flat on his back.
I mean,
like
but
a
then,
wrestler.
but you could pick and choose all the clips you want and
Sure,
make it look one way. I'm
There's
sure.
a lot of clips though.
Yeah, but
Like,
I'm
there
sure
was a whole minute like of just him
right.
not taking
But I'm
a back
sure
bump.
if you watched enough matches, you can find a whole minute of him exclusively taking back bumps. I just like the theory. I love stuff like that. I love when the internet goes out there and says, "Here, this is real.
Right.
Prove me wrong."
Well, you wonder why he hasn't gotten like more of a push just because he kind of has a character. He kind of has a thing about
that's
him.
the thing.
The crowd's kind
does.
of behind him, but like, is the wrestling good?
That's the thing.
I don't know.
I don't know if you ever listened to Bruce Pritchard's long-time podcast, one of the best podcasts if you want to learn the history of WWE. He has a favorite a famous line in that podcast talking about guys like that. And then the bell rang. Like, you can have all the great promos you want, you can have the look, but if you can't bring it when the bell rings, that's where the WWE universe are kind of like, no thanks. And I think that's been the biggest problem with Karrion Kross. He can talk.
Man. Oh my God.
He's one of the best promos out there. He definitely has the look. You throw his wife in the mix, and all of a sudden you have something that people want to see.
Yes.
And then the bell rings.
Ding.
Yeah, and then it's like, if he could catch his in-ring work up to his promo work, he'd have a legit top guy.
Okay.
But yes, I will want to see what he does with Sami, and I will be on the lookout for how many times he actually takes a back bump.
Oh, man.
Should we get a bet going? Over under on
Over-under
Karrion
on
Kross
back
back
bumps.
bump?
2.5.
2.5?
All right. I'll take the over only because I think even by accident he's gonna fall on his back.
Yeah.
No, not by accident, because he doesn't do it by accident. He doesn't do it at all. I would have set it at 1.5, but I knew you guys would have taken the over. I'm taking 0. Zero back bumps.
All right.
Interesting. Not even a blue thunder bomb?
We need a back bump.
Does that count? Also, can Sami lift him?
Whoa, good point.
We need the back bump-o-meter, like the old Sean-o-meter from back in the day. We need a back bump-o-meter graphic and send it out during that match if and when he takes one.
I'll definitely be counting. We got to see this, and I'll take the over. I'll say he'll take 3.
I'll take the over just because I want him not to, so we can come back and laugh about it on our next show. I want that theory to be true.
Yes,
I do, because I think it's hilarious.
Oh man! Before we move on to Hill of the Week, AEW is coming here, ladies and gentlemen. They will be here in Chicago in July 16th. They will start their residency here in the city at the Aragon Ballroom. Tickets are on sale right now. As you can see, it's July 16th, 17th. They'll do Dynamite and Collision, 23rd and the 26th. They'll do it again, and then one more time on July 30th through the 31st. So they will definitely be here. Get your tickets. Show up at the Aragon Ballroom. I'm sure it's going to be an amazing time there.
Well, those are going to be good shows because those are the 6 shows following their biggest pay-per-view of the year, All In, which is coming up on the 12th. And they've got a lot of stuff to get to between now and then, and there's going to be a lot of fallout from them, from that. So those should be really good shows, especially those first couple, because those would be the first shows right after All In, which is shaping up to be a really good show. I mean, you have Moxley and Hangman Page for the AEW title. Maybe they finally put an end to that, Death Riders angle that a lot of people are just tired of. But these two, but this has been like the best lead up to a Moxley title match since this whole thing started. Yeah. Page is the right guy to take it from him. Yeah. Then you still have Mercedes Moné and Toni Storm, which is going to be great.
Another belt for it too.
Mercedes has been. I love what she's been doing. She's been coming out doing commentary, but she'll sit eating her steak dinner while the matches go. She's so good. They're both so good. Yeah. And then, of course, the Kenny Omega Okada
Yeah.
match for the now unified, undisputed AEW title. They're
Did
calling
you like
it.
the belt? Did you like
did.
it? You liked it?
It
Okay.
did. It was AEW's belt game is always on point, except for this one that doesn't want to stand up. But I liked how they did. The one plate had Kenny Omega's one winged angel, and then they had the Rainmaker on the other side. Now you throw in the whole Don Callis thing into this thing. These guys are going to be. They haven't had a singles match in 7 years. Their 4 matches in Japan were the stuff of legends. They had a 75-minute match at one of the G4 tournaments. That
is just long.
And it was not, but like you watch that match.
It had to be phenomenal.
You can find it. It's out there. You watch it. It's a 75-minute match that feels like it was 10 minutes from start to finish because it's JJ's goal. Yeah. You know, and you know, the AEW's gaining momentum because as WWE's kind of like meh. Their Netflix ratings aren't where they hope them to be. I'm not going to try to pretend I'm an expert on how this stuff works. Sure. I think TV ratings are highly overrated these days because with DVRs and on demand, people can watch it whenever they want.
Yeah.
But I think AEW is gaining some momentum because you know that Grand Slam Mexico show, even though it was a little long for my taste, 4 hours, but it was great show. They're doing some really good things, so I'm looking forward. You know. I mean, if you're watching Goldberg versus Gunther instead of Omega versus Okada on the 12th, I mean, you're a WWE stan through and through. Nothing's ever going to change your mind.
Is
nothing
this
wrong with that?
Kenny's last shot at a great match? Just because I know his health stuff's adding up. No. Okay.
I think Kenny is and since he's come back, has proven that he's back to being the best bout machine. I think this is just Kenny Omega's next great match.
Yeah. Ooh, that's cool. I like how you said.
I mean, I think he wins. Yeah. So I mean, I hope it's not his last great match. I'm just wondering. I know. You know, he's 41. You just wonder if like,
if
when is that time? He's still, you know,
I think
work hard in the ring.
Sure. No, I think I don't think he's anywhere near that point where he's ready to start a farewell tour.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be the match that announces to the world, I am back, and I'm still the best wrestler on the planet.
Yeah, and hey, I mean, look, Christian's at the age of 50 having like another renaissance. I mean, you know, as long as the body's feeling healthy, I don't doubt him, Daniel Bryan, you know, any of these guys that are just like that upper shit.
And he went through, you know, the health scare and was gone for so long, but now that he's gotten that back to full health, I mean, you look on from a wrestling side, that was almost 2 years of not taking the bumps and bruises in the ring, which should give him a longer run.
Did you see Stone Cold Steve Austin says he has one more in him?
I did see this.
I wish these guys would just stop. Just stop.
Come on. SummerSlam for the title. Goldberg versus Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh my God.
And have Lesnar special guest referee.
Undertaker is involved some way.
just don't have Stone Cold come out on an ATV.
Well, at least have him sober when he's doing it.
Yeah.
Well,
me and Greg had the best view of that. We were like, what is he doing? Like, oh, okay.
Maybe not so many of.
Maybe not so many Steve Weisers.
Yeah.
Maybe not
like
so many.
After the promo. Yeah, that was.
Let's get to Heel of the Week before we get out of here. I had 2 candidates myself for Heel of the Week.
I like you being the hater for a change.
Yeah.
I welcome this. It's
all about it.
I don't want to be typecast as the guy that just hates everything.
I got you, man. Cody Rhodes' heel turn is coming. Just tell you. First one, Tiffany Stratton. Did you see Tiffany Stratton throwing out the first pitch at the game for the New York Mets?
Yes.
It was not very good. And it's okay if it was bad. I'm not tripping on that part. It was the fact that right before she throws it, she shouts, "It's Tiffy time!" and throws that joker into the dugout. Like, it just was not the best thing, man.
No.
And I mean, just launched it. Sean's just taking a look. His reaction says it all there.
Yeah, that poor camera guy almost got it.
Yeah, I didn't download this. So if you're familiar with a baseball field, there's home plate, there's where the catcher stands, and then there's some grass behind the catcher spot, and then there's like another kind of quasi warning track before the stands hit. It's a complete bomb in the air all the way to the backstop, like true backstop.
Yes, it was not good.
Maybe she was doing her Nuke LaRouche impression from Major League, and she was going for the mascot.
Oh, man.
It's a good impression if that's what it was.
Hey, you know what?
The only thing comparable, and it's on the same stadium, is 50 Cent.
It's 50 Cent. Thank you. It's exactly what I was about to say. Yes.
Well, I mean,
the only thing comparable to that.
Tiffy.
It's Tiffy time.
And then the bell rang.
Oh, man.
As a lifelong New York Mets hater, that's perfect.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's not good. Go ahead and entertain yourself and check that out. The second one goes to Joe Tessitore. Ooh. Can you please, for the love of God, stop saying Jacob Fatu's catchphrases? It is not for you, dog. It's not for you. Do not say yada. I mean, don't do this. Don't do this. No, all gas, no brakes. Like, I don't want to hear Grandpa talking the slang anymore. That's not for you, dog. He's like, dog, yada me. No, man. You will instantly make it not cool anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's a phrase that's been around. If you look, well, like, you know that phrase been around for a very long time, all right? That is definitely Bay Area. You know what I'm saying? How he's spitting it and how he's saying it like that. But, man, when you are taking it and saying it, it is not the thing to do. It just sounded terrible. It was like somebody, I don't know, poured milk in something that didn't need to have milk in it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want any of that. Dude, what are you doing? It's just wine. Yeah, a little bit of milk in your wine will be real nice right now. No, bro, don't do that. I don't need it anymore. Stop saying it. Please do not do that anymore. Please.
Tessitore caught like some extreme vile for the way that he was calling Monday Night Football to the point that it was like Dennis Miller hate, which is brutal.
Hate.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the guy got fired from Monday Night Football, and they're like, "We'll bring in Joe Buck to save us."
Oh man.
And the one thing about Tessitore that seems like it's bleeding over is just this like over the topness, and I'm not against over the topness in wrestling.
No.
One of my favorite commentators is Joey Styles, but he's also
amazing.
Being over the top because it's extreme championship wrestling, and guys are going through tables and tacks. Like, it's just a catchphrase.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It's just way too much from Tessitore. It is all gas, no brakes.
Yeah.
Not trying to.
Not every.
In the literal sense.
But again, Tessitore is at that age where you don't throw that out there. You know what I mean? Like, and if you're gonna do it, it's to be made fun of kind of situation. It'd be like if Michael Cole said, he immediately be made fun of by either Corey Graves, shout out to him, who's there, or even Pat McAfee.
And even Cole, like, getting up and doing the whole, and this is old, but the Uso thing, like the whole Uso walk-in where they're like doing the whole
making
eat
fun
thing.
of it.
Like,
he's having a great time, but he's making fun of it. You know what I mean? Because he understands how silly it is for him to do it. He's like, I'm a 60-year-old man, dog. Like, he understands what it is. And that's what, and you're in on the joke with him. But him saying that wasn't a joke. He meant that. He was like, nah, bro, I'm going to say it too. No, brother, it's not for you.
I overall like Tessitore. He's grown on me. He's gotten better. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you on some of that. Not every move needs to be brings that heat. You know, who was the guy that quit because he was getting bullied by JBL a few years ago? The boxing guy.
Mauro Ranallo.
Yeah, that guy. I hated him because he yelled and screamed about every single move, and it's just like, no, dude, not every headlock needs to have the Mick Foley getting thrown off the cage treatment. So yeah, I agree with you that. I have an honor. I have a mention for heel of the week too. It's going to go out to Jerry the King Lawler. Who had a medical emergency while in Canada.
This isn't starting out.
And got stuck with a $20,000 hospital bill, and then went on during an interview was like, "Hey, what happened to that free healthcare we keep hearing about in Canada?" I'm like,
for citizens.
Those are for the people that pay the taxes, you dumbass. And then makes a big deal that the WWE paid the $20,000 hospital bill. Where's Jerry's money?
Yeah,
I mean, like, listen, Jerry Lawler has been accused of being a lot of things in his career, some good. A lot of it bad. Smart is not one of them.
Damn.
And to come out and be like, I thought Canada had free health care. Just, dude, learn to Google.
No. Don't
learn to Google?
Don't let him near the internet.
Oh, well,
we do not
fair.
need Jerry Lawler with an internet.
I think he knows how to use certain parts of the internet, and that's why some of those accusations have come out over the years.
Shut it down.
Thank y'all for watching the show.
And on that note,
and then the bell rang. Thank y'all for watching this. We enjoy doing it. It's a lot of fun. And if you enjoy what you're seeing and what you're watching, please hit that like button. Make sure you're sharing. Make sure you are subscribing. All that cool stuff that you can do to make sure you're keeping this thing going, because we definitely would love to continue to do it for you. We'll be back in a couple weeks when AEW All In begins. We definitely will be talking about that. And that means we will be creeping ever closer to SummerSlam. And we definitely plan on doing something for that. So stay tuned for that news when we drop it. So follow us on social media on all those platforms that we are on. This is my main man right here. This is the special advocate, Greg Boysen. That man on the ones and twos on production is Sean Anderson, CHGO White Sox. I am Big Dave, CHGO Bulls, man. CHGO Wrestling is what we do, and we love doing it. We'll see y'all next time, yo. Be cool. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.